So you'd love to be able to balance on a Rodeoline and you just don't know how? Then I have the perfect tips here for you how to get started with this skill. And no worries, I'm gonna start super easy and then build it up step by step. The only thing you need is one person to help you and of course a slackline. And the slackline I'm using here is the Slacktivity Traveler setup because it's only 1 kilo, so I can just carry it anywhere I want to go to. So let's get started. As a helping person, the first thing I do is I turn myself sideways to block the slackline between my legs, and I give the person on the slackline one or both hands. And when I give a hand, I want to make sure that I'm quite high up so that the person is not pressing down on my hands, but like balancing at the correct height, which is above shoulder height. And once the slackliner feels better, I slowly let go of my hand. And yeah, it gets more difficult, of course. So you repeat this step a few times. Then step 3, I just go a little bit back to create more distance between me and the foot of the slackliner. So this makes her shake already a bit more, gives a bit more movement of freedom for the slackline. And then step 4, again, I slowly let go of that hand. And once this works, I can slowly move my way away from the slackliner. When she falls, she just stands up again at the same place. I keep moving a bit backwards, and then at one point I can also grab the slackline like this to stabilize it. And if it still works, I can completely go away. And she's still standing! Well done! Yes! So, of course, it takes a bit more time if you're a person without any slackline experience. If you take 1-2 hours, even without any slackline experience, you will get pretty far. So the cool thing about this technique is that it's not an all or nothing technique, but you can just gradually increase the difficulty. And one thing I'd like to add is when I'm very close to the slackliner, it's much easier for her to balance on one foot. But once I'm far away, it's actually easier to balance on both feet. So you can also just play around and find your personal favorite if you prefer balancing on one or on both feet. But it's normal that the slackline is shaking when balancing on one foot, and it's actually a really cool reflex. And if you want to find out more about this reflex, I recommend you watching this video where you can see why it's actually really cool to go through this process. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Drop me a like if you did, and see you in the next tutorial.